Hello everyone, this is the Cajun Gaming Guild and Little Giant coming to you today. Today is Throwback Thursday, and here we are with another awesome game. If there's a game that I will never forget, it's this one, because this is the one that really got me into block coding. It was the first time I ever encountered it. I used to code with C++ back in the day, just messing around, trying to learn it. And when I came across this game, block coding was first introduced through it, and I really liked it. I thought it was really cool concept. So I'm going to show you guys. It's a really fun game too, like super fun game. Lots of automation, lots of management. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to turn down the music first just a little bit because it is pretty loud. So let's go with... Actually, it is already turned down a lot. My goodness, it's loud. There, we'll go with this. That should be good. So, we're going to go ahead and do a new world. And there's a few different modes that you can play. Settlement is basically how it's going to work with this. Is you're going to create your colony, okay, your group from the ground up, and there's going to be a bunch of different quests. It's basically going to hold your hand to the max, all right? There's no energy on your robots, okay? It's easy mode for sure, but there is still like a path to take. Okay, you are actually going to play a game from the start to the finish. There will be an ending, etc. Okay, Enlightenment, on the other hand, is a lot harder, and it's the same idea. You're still going to have to go from start to finish. There will be an ending, etc. But this one here does not hold your hand at all. There's energy on the robots. If they run out of energy, they're just going to stop working wherever they may be. And if you're not on top of that, if you don't have robots actually going around recharging other robots, you'll be in a pickle pretty quick. All right, so it's a lot harder, but it is a lot of fun. All right, then there's free mode, which is exactly what it sounds. All your technologies are unlocked right at from the get-go. There's no actual questing missions, whatever to do. It's just basically, let's just build a factory. You know what I mean? Creative mode, same exact thing. Okay, but it's completely, everything is free. So for today, the purpose of today, I'm going to go with Enlightenment because I want to show you guys the energy thing, all right? Wouldn't be a good show of the game if I didn't, because it is way easier without the energy, but it is still very fun. Settlement is just as fun as Enlightenment. It's just a little harder on Enlightenment, and I've played this game a lot, so I'm going to go with that, okay? Now, you'll see here also there's a bot limit, okay? So in Settlement, there's 300 bots max. You can choose to have a small planet, which is going to be a lot smaller, and I mean a lot smaller. You can choose to have the tutorial on or off. That's totally up to you. But I'm going to go with Enlightenment, and I'm not going to go with small planet. And you can take the bot charging off if you want. But again, I don't feel like it would do the game a service to do that, because that is part of the original game, and it makes the game way tougher. All right, so we are going to leave it on there. The random objects is just where everything is going to spawn, okay, in the world, but you can take a look and see if you like the map. All right, right at the start, that's what I would do. You can pick where you want to land. All right, like if you want to land here, if you want to land there, wherever you start, that's where you're going to start. You can see how much stone deposits, and you'll see they're flashing on the map. You can pick how much clay deposits, metal ore deposits, coal deposits, how much fresh water, how much salt water, right? Everything that you think. And the first playthrough, you're not going to have a clue what you need. All right, I know because I've played a lot of times, but for your first time, just pick a random one. It doesn't really matter. And you can just completely randomize the seed. It depends on what you're looking for. You might like a place with a crap ton of water. You might like a place with hardly any water, right? And you just keep randomizing it, or you can actually put in your own seed if you want. It's totally up to you. So for me, I'm going to go ahead. I'm looking for a place with some fresh water right near where I'm going to build my my factory. Okay, so there's a good spot right here. I do need some room, and I'm going to need a lot less salt water than that. That's way too much salt water. That's way too much salt water. That's way too much salt water. You can find a place with more land than water, and that's what I like to have, because there, that looks pretty darn good right there. I like that a lot, actually. Let's see where the stones are. Stones are there. Clay, metal. There is some metal pretty close to there. What's this one? Coal deposits. Yep, we're okay with that. The fresh water is great. Sand is even nearby. There's quite a bit of forests. There's a little bit of hay here and there, which is what you need, and some stone piles. Okay, or cotton crop, actually. I was thinking those were the stone piles. All right, so we're good to go. We're going to try this out. We're going to name our planet Giant's World. All right, let's go ahead and start her up. All right, you're going to land on the ground. There would normally be a tutorial, but I do have it shut off. All right, here we are. It didn't save the name of my planet. Welcome, I am Auto to prepare you for your life as an astronaut. Explore, collect resources, craft structures, tools, machines, automate systems, establish industries, research, and evolve. Cool. Let's automate. Perfect. So there is no tutorial. If you AWSD moves your camera around, you can scroll out if you want, and everything is based off these squared areas. All right, like it's like a quadrant. So right off the bat, I'm gonna go unlock a bunch of them so I can see what's around. Okay, that's the first thing I do, just to look where all the big forests are, where everything is at. Okay, so this big gigantic friggin' rock formation right here sucks right where it's at, so I'm definitely not going to be starting my base right there. That's kind of shit, actually. I don't like that. There's another one right there, so that's even worse. I'm not saying you don't need those, you do. You just don't need them anytime soon. So what's the point of starting your base with one right on top of you like that? So what I'm going to do is we're going to just keep unlocking the visibility, I guess, would be the best way to do it. So we're going to look around. We're going to keep exploring. So there's a cotton field right here, which is great. It's good to see that and to know where it's at. But you don't want that near your starting base, okay? And your starting base, it doesn't really make a difference at the start where you put it anyhow, because the way I make it, and I say for you do whatever you want. I guess you're going to figure it all out on your own. But for me, since I've played this game a lot, I am going to create my whole forest all 100% on my own, all right? It's going to be from the ground up. And so I need a really good size area full of trees like this one right here, kind of away from this rock, just to get myself started, because once my base is going, I'm going to move. I'm not going to keep it near this first forest because I'm going to drain it. I'm going to take all the wood from it, the whole 9 yards. Okay, so this is a good little area to start. And it even has those big giant rocks in a way, which I don't love again, but whatever, it's there. There's not much I'm going to do about it now. I just want to double check what this is up here. I'm hoping it's forest and not stones like I think it might be. But we're going to go look anyway. Yeah, it's half and half, I guess. But there is an actual quarry here, like for stone right here, stone deposit. So that's good, and I can't even walk there because there's a big mountain right there. But that's fine. Okay, so we're going to start our little base right here in the middle. Okay. So right off the bat, you do have a blueprint system, okay, in this game, like in a lot of games that I play. I love blueprint systems, okay? And you're going to have a few things unlocked right away. You can make workbenches. You can make bot assembly units. If you click on this, you can make storage crates and storage pallets, all right? Here, this would be your essentials if you want to make people, all right? Because you're a robot and you're an alien and you are going to grow people. That's how this game works. There's a research station where you can gain research points. There's a crap ton to research in this game too. So if you're into that, you're going to love that in this game. So right off the bat, we're going to need to make something to make tools. Okay, so we're going to put this down here. We're going to have 3 basic tools right off the bat. So we'll put one here, here, and here. We're going to back out. We're going to start filling these in. If you hover over them down the bottom right, it shows you what you need. You need 2 logs and 2 sticks in order to make this workbench? Well, there's already some logs on the ground. So you're going to pick them up with the left key. Right key drops them. And I'm just going to grab 2 logs, put them in there. And then we're going to go ahead and grab 2 sticks. And you'll see in your inventory down at the bottom here, you're allowed to hold 4 items at the start of the game. And something like sticks only takes up 1 slot each. So you can put both of them at the same time. Logs, they take up 4 slots. So you can basically only carry 1 log at a time. Then you can click on it, left click on it, and you can make either axes, shovels, or pickaxes at the start of the game. So right away, we need an axe. And axes require, if you hover over it, it needs 1 stone and 1 stick. Okay? So I just happen to know, since there is a place up here, stone deposit, there's a crap ton of stones on there. So we're going to walk all the way up here. We're going to fill our backpack with 4. And we're going to come back down here. And we're just going to drop them on the ground. And then we're going to go back up. Once they're gone, they're out. You can see in my inventory they're gone, so you don't actually have to sit there and watch to make sure you've dropped them. I'm going to grab the last 2 because I want them down here, just to make life a lot easier. You're going to need all of these, all of them. You're going to need way more than this, but for now, this is a good start. Then we're going to put 1 here, and we're going to grab a stick, make an axe. Alright, that's great. Now, we're going to take this axe and we're going to start chopping down some trees. So all you have to do is, we're going to chop trees. We're going to chop, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 trees. And you'll notice that they drop logs, they drop sticks, they drop acorns, alright, the seeds. And then they leave a stump behind, which sucks, but it's all part of the game. It's all pretty realistic. Okay. And once I'm going to waste the entire axe durability. So you'll notice there's a little blue bar on the axe. Well, I'm going to waste the entire thing. You can just use stones, by the way. If you were to pick up one of those rocks and start cutting away at this tree, it would cut it down, but it takes way longer. And stone durability does not last very long. You'll only be able to cut maybe 4 or 5 trees and then it'll be gone. Where this axe, my goodness, I already cut, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 trees here. I can probably cut a dozen trees with it. Right. So once we're done and the axe disappears, it breaks on you, we're going to show you the next step, right? Because we're going to need all of these logs, man. Every single one of them. Okay, there's water right there, but that's fine. You can walk on water right to the edge. You can see where it starts to get deeper. You can't walk in the deep water, only on the edge, which is cool. Okay, we'll get this, and we're going to make our way back up. You'll notice there's a tree there with some red on it. Those are apple trees, okay? And you can cut them down, but I wouldn't suggest it. They are going to drop apples, even if you cut them down or not, but I would keep it for now until you absolutely have to get rid of it. And then later on, you're going to get a tool called a hammer. And that hammer will you can beat those and the apples will fall out of them and it keeps the tree there. And then you can just keep reharvesting over and over. So you'll notice that he's swearing now, well, because his axe broke. All right. So now we are going to go ahead and grab some more logs and we are going to build the next tool place. Okay. There. We need some sticks. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and grab 4 sticks. And it will not allow you to pick up anything else while you have something in your inventory. You can stash, so you'll notice there's a little backpack symbol right here. You can stash 1 item in the backpack. All right, so let's say if I want to pick up this seed and I want to pick up some branches now, I can push the Q button, okay? Or you can click and drag the item in there if you want. But Q is just a fast button, all right? It's a hotkey, all right? So then I can pick up 4 branches if I want. Okay, I'm not going to go ahead and do it, but I could if I really, really wanted to. So I'm just going to drop this seed. Now we're going to grab 2 more logs. We're going to make this last workbench. And last but not least, we're going to go here. We're going to set this to make shovels and this to make pickaxes. Okay. Next, we are going to go ahead and make a pickaxe. Oops, wrong button. It's right click to drop off. You want to make sure you have at least one of every tool. That's what I would do anyway. And we'll grab a couple sticks actually and make one of each of the other tools as well. And that's going to take care of a lot of our stones. But that's fine. Now that we have a pickaxe, we can go up to that stone area up there and mine our own now if we want. And there's durability on that, but we should be able to get, I don't know, a dozen stones with that one pickaxe, which is great now. We're good to go. So next, we are going to focus on making robots, okay? Bot assembly units. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this right here next to our other buildings. We need 2 logs and 3 planks. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to pick up this log. We're going to put it here. Pick up this log. Put it here. And oh, we only need 2 logs. Not bad. All right. So now, how do we make planks? I wonder. I'm not sure. Let's see. We're going to pick up this axe here. We're going to go over to this log and left click on it, not right click on it, and you're going to chop up the log into planks. Okay? I'm going to chop this log up into planks. I'm going to put my axe into my backpack with the Q button. We're going to pick up, what do we need? 3 planks. We're going to pick up 3. We're going to go drop them off here. Perfect. Now we can start making robots. Yay! It's fun. Now, before we make robots, I want to show you some things. There's plans up here, okay? Right now I have no plans pinned. If you play the other version of the game where I was telling you earlier where they hold your hand, there will be all the plans pinned right from the start, and it'll show you what you need to do step by step. But if you don't know and you want to know how to unlock new tech and stuff, you can push this little button down at the bottom here, this book, this Autonautopia, okay? Pedia or whatever it's called. When you click on this, it's going to show you all these different things that you should do. There are tutorials if you want, okay? I don't need the tutorials, but I do know that I have to do what's here on the book, which means I have to chop down trees, I have to dig up some soil, and I have to plant some seeds in order to finish this. And when I do, it's going to unlock a new tech. Just like this, just like this, just like this, okay? Like you're going to have to do all of these. And there are a crap ton of them to do. And it's going to take you a long, long time. All right. Lots of hours to put into this game if you want that. All right. Which is fun. Now, this is the blueprint, and at the top there's tabs for all the different sections. These are the tools that you're able to make, and there's quite a few of those. Then you have robot parts, which there's a ton to make. There's better robots, like the ones that you get at the start are slow ass and they're zombies basically. But I'm telling you, by the time you get to your T3 robots, they're flying, man. They are hauling ass, and they are going to kick some buns. All right. So then there's just regular parts, okay? Different parts that you're going to need to build all your different items and machines. Then you got different foods and dishes. This is all for your humans to keep them alive and to keep them happy. You're going to need to feed them. You're going to need to clothe them. All right? There's a bunch of different clothing for your humans and for yourself. Then there's toys and different things like that. Those are all for the humans as well. All right? It's all part of the game. It's all part of the quest line. In here, there's like medicines and stuff. That, again, is part of the quest line for your advancement in evolution for them. That's how it works. Schooling, all right? Again, same thing. There's culture, there's wildlife, so there's like cows, chickens, fish. You can do all of this in this game, man. It's a huge, huge game, and a lot of people don't even know it exists. It's crazy. Super fun game. There's trains, there's power, there's vehicles that you can drive. Like, it's insane what you can do in this game, all right? Then there's a bunch of different decorations. There's different backpacks that you can put on you to allow for more carrying space on yourself. There's a little like bicycles, scooters, stuff like that you can actually use for your guy so that he walks around faster, all right? So that's all stuff you're going to want to get. And then there's all the different workbenches that you can make and different houses and different things that you're going to have to make. Some of these workbenches in like the tier 3 up, you have to have them completely surrounded by walls and have them on floors, have electricity. And if, like, I'm just looking at this one specifically, you'll see in the bottom there's a little picture of a floor, a little picture of 2 walls, and then there's a picture of a lightning bolt. That means it requires all 3 for this workbench to actually work, all right? And all of them have their prerequisites. Some of them have nothing, some of them just have the floors, some of them just have the walls, some of them just have the electricity, right? It depends on what you are going to build and when you're going to build it. And trust me, you're probably going to build everything by the end of the game, all right? So, and then last but not least, you have some tips, okay? And this is just straight up reading, all right? And I would read that if I were you, but you do not have to if you don't want to, okay? That's completely up to you, all right? I just want to make sure that, yeah, we're good. I just want to see if there was something there. Then, and again, your academy. So right now we're going to dig up 3 soil and we're going to plant 3 seeds. So in order to do that, well, we need that shovel over there. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And it doesn't really matter where we do this, but we'll just do it right here because there's no point in being halfway across the world. Oh, I thought I picked up the shovel. Apparently not. There, now we have it. Okay, we're going to dig, left click on the ground. We'll put a little space in between. It takes a little while to dig holes. Digging holes sucks. That's why it's good to have Robot Army. And Robot Army can do whatever you want it to do. Everything. These robots are completely coded by you. And whatever you want them to do, they will do it as long as you know how to play the game. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to put the shovel down. We dug our 3 holes, grab 3 seeds, and now you're just going to right click on the holes and you planted 3 seeds. All right? Done. Finish the quest, and then it's going to give you a party hat. We don't really care. Chopping block, my man. That's what you're looking for. Right there, that's the next step that I was looking for. That's why I went specifically for that quest next. Okay? Then you're going to have a big, gigantic tower that's going to build from the ground up. Every time you finish one of those quests, it's going to add a new piece to your tower. Okay? And it's going to get taller and taller and taller. It's awesome. All right? So let's go check out what we just got here. We got a new chopping block. All right? So this is going to require... we're going to put this... I don't want to put it right there. Well, maybe I do. We'll just move it over just a hair. We'll put it... We got to get rid of these bushes and stuff, really, but... I guess we could. It's not really going to hurt to do it here, so we'll put it here. We're going to need 2 to start, so we'll just separate them a little bit. Eventually, we are going to need a 3rd one. I just don't know if we're going to get that far in this video, but we're going to see. We'll see how far we can get. This is going to require 1 axe and 1 log. So we're going to go ahead and grab a log, and we're going to put it in each one of those. And logs obviously take the longest, and you walk slower with the logs. It sucks. And you can see my 3 trees are already growing up. They're not quite adults yet, but they're almost there. It doesn't take long, a couple minutes, and they're grown up to full. Then you can cut them down and repeat the process over and over and over. So we have our logs. Now we're going to have to make 2 more axes. So we might as well go ahead and get them ready. Oh, I don't need that yet. We need 1 more stick. We'll put the next stick in there and grab this stone, and we're going to have our 3 axes. There. Push Q, get the 1 out of our backpack, put it there. Even if it's a damaged axe, it doesn't matter because you're building a building with it, and it'll be a perfect building. There's no damage on buildings. Okay, there's no durability. Then all 3 of these are now basically places where your robots can work, or you can work. So we want them to make planks at the first one. At the second one, I want them to make poles. On the last one, there is a 3rd thing that you're going to be able to make from poles or from logs, and that's going to happen here, but that doesn't unlock till later on. But I'm just getting it set up because I know it's not far away, all right? So next in my plan, I'm going to go ahead and we need some storage, okay? So we're going to go ahead here. We're going to put down 1 of these, and we're going to put down 1 of these. And we're going to put down 1 of these, and then 1 of these. All right? I'm not going to build all 4 of them now because they are friggin' crazy expensive to make. Also, we are going to need a place for seeds. We are going to need a place for stones, and I'm going to put that over here, and a place for sticks. We're going to need a place for axes, shovels, and pickaxes, and hammers, and other tools, and other tools. And trust me when I say, when you get your starting area done, you're going to have a pile of these just for tools. Now you'll notice they all are single, and each one of these I think will hold 20, maybe 20 items, maybe, and it depends on what you're putting in them. So like seeds, it'll hold 20 seeds, but tools, it might only hold 10. All right, but you can put another one on top of it, and then a third one on top of that, and then they hold way more. And it's all, once you stack something one on top of the other and put an item in it, all three of them cannot be, you can only move all three at once. You can't take one off because it's part of the stack that's all seeds. So it's a seed crate from that point on. So you would have to empty it out if you want to take the crates off of it after that. All right, that's just a tip. So that should be a good start. It's going to take a few minutes to do all of this because we're going to need a ton of planks. We're going to need a ton of poles. But for now, all my focus is to get this very first one up. So we need one log. We're going to need some planks. So we're going to go ahead and grab the log. We need 3 planks and a couple poles. So let's go ahead and get all of that. I'm going to grab one more log here. We're going to bring it to the first workstation. And we're going to go ahead and grab this last plank down here, because we need 3, and that's only going to create 2. You only create 2 planks per log. Okay, we got 1. This is 2 and 3. Then we are going to need, again, another plank. We're going to actually need a couple planks. So we'll take the log, we'll chop it up. So this is why I don't need my axe anymore, because my axe is now, this is doing the work, and there's no durability on this. So I can use it a million times and it's not going to matter. I'm going to pick up both of these. I'm going to bring it here. It's going to create 2 poles from 1 plank. All right. Excellent. We only need 1 of those for now. Or is it 1 or 2? 2, sorry. So we're going to go finish off this. And then that's going to create us a place that we can use. Next, we need a robot. So we're going to need 1 log. We're going to need 3 more planks. And we're going to need 1 of those poles that we just got. We might as well get some planks getting cut here. And it's once you start automating the robots, and it gets to be fun quick. I mean, I'm already having a blast. I don't know if you are or not, but I know you're just watching. But once you get robots up and running and they start doing the work for you, and then all of a sudden you have a fully automated forest with trees growing, the robots are picking up the logs, they're chopping them up into planks, there's another robot picking up the planks, making poles, another guy that's like, it's crazy how automated you can get this game. You can do everything with your robots. You don't have to do anything later. Like, it's that awesome. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this last plank down here. And the last one, we're going to go ahead and put it in here because we need 3 for that one. We need 1 pole. We'll grab that from here and just 1 tree seed. And we are going to have our first zombie. All right. I mean, robot. All right. It's going to pop out the end here. And again, they need power. So you'll see that there's a flashing battery on top of his head, meaning he's empty. He doesn't have any juice. So you click on him and he winds up. All right, you wind him up and he's got power to go now. You're ready to start automating. No, really? So at this point here, you can pick up the robot if you want. You can drag him all over the place. You can walk with him. You're slower when you walk, all right? If you push the right button, though, you'll put him down. And when you do, it's going to open up a screen, all right? But if you don't want to do it that way, a lot of people don't like to go pick up a robot if they're halfway across the world, because you can program a robot from halfway across the world if you want. You push the space key, it's going to whistle. Right? Then you can click on whatever robot you want. Everybody pauses. All the robots pause when you hit the space bar, no matter what they were doing, and then you can click on the one you want, and it's going to open up his brain. Okay, my bot brain, and it shows 12 kilobytes free up in the top left, MK001. So what we're going to do with this robot right here is we're going to get this robot to pick up logs. Okay, so we're going to call him the log picker. All right, that's all he's going to do. We're going to hit the enter, and it says click record to edit. All right, so the record button is here, and when you hit this, this robot is now going to focus 100% on me. You can see he's watching me. He's like AI. He wants to learn. And in order for him to learn, he's going to watch you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down in the forest and I'm going to pick up a log. And you'll see up in the top left, it says move to a position. Then once I pick up the log, it's going to say find nearest log in. And there's a little gray square. I'm going to click on that gray square. And this is the gray square. Okay, and you can move it wherever you want. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up here where there's a crap ton of trees that haven't been cut down yet. And I'm going to widen it as big as it can go. Maybe it already is there. It is. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're smaller. Sometimes you have to make them bigger. And you can make them smaller if you want. It's totally up to you. But I'm going to max it out. And then you can buy parts for your robot later to make them smarter so they can hold more memory and they can do more stuff without having to... Like these small robots, they're only good for certain things because you can't put complex code in them yet. They're not big enough for that. And... for picking up stuff, I could make it so that this square is twice that size, man. Like using parts that you'll be able to craft later. It's pretty damn cool. And then there's other parts that make your robots faster. There's other parts that make their energy last longer. Like there's a whole bunch of cool stuff in this game, man. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to hit this check mark. That means I want him to look in this area specifically. And it's going to move to the target, which is the log that it's looking for, and pick it up. Okay? Now, how often do I want him to do that? Well, I want him to do that all the time. Then, once he picks up the target, I want him to then go over here to this pallet and drop it off. I want him to take the log that he just found. I want him to go here, meaning I'm going to do that because he needs to watch me do it. Move to log storage 1, add logs to log storage 1. Okay, then at this point you're going to hit this button right here down at the bottom. It's a repeat button. Okay, when you click on it, it'll repeat that forever. This robot is going to go over here, try and find the log. When he does, he'll pick it up and he'll bring it here, and he will do this forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Okay, but because I'm a coder, I don't want him, because in the end, when you have 1,000 robots and they're all doing stuff non-stop and always calculating code, it can start to lag up your computer. That's just how it is. So because I'm a coder, well, I don't want him to do it forever. I want him to do it until a specific place is full. Well, what place? Well, the log storage place. When it is full, I want him to stop. Okay? And then I want him to repeat that forever. So he will constantly fill up this bin. As long as there's logs available, all right, he will continue to work. If there's no logs available, he'll just sit here and he'll just look for logs until there are some available. But when this is full, he will stop. This code will just stop and it'll just pause him. If he's not done, he will constantly check to make sure that this is full. Once this is empty again, if one log gets taken or 2 logs or whatever sets him off, then he will start to work again. All right? So we're going to go ahead. That code is done now for him. We're going to hit the play button. And if there's any logs in here, and there are, I've seen there was 2, the robot's going to now go there, and he is going to do his job. It's pretty slick. He's going to pick up that log. He's going to come up here, and he's going to put it here. While he's doing that, we're going to go up here. And we're going to mine some rocks because we need more stones. Why? Because I need another axe so I can cut down some of these trees. Because he's only going to have 2 logs to pick up. There's not enough logs there. All right. So I'm gonna mine. I don't know. We'll say 3 stones. I think that should be enough. And I'm going to show you another thing here in a moment. Once there. So up here top right, there's a bot tracker, okay? And you'll see log picker. He's there. If you click on that, it brings up log picker. It'll just bring him up. All right, it pauses the game. Or actually, I don't think it pauses the game. No, it doesn't pause. And you'll see that right now his code is find nearest log in, and he's constantly looking for a log. He will just stay there until he finds one. You'll see, and right on top of his head, you'll see that there's graphics showing he's thinking. He's trying to figure out what the heck to do next. Okay? So that's kind of neat, but not necessary at the moment that you have to worry about that, right? So I have my 3 rocks, sorry. I'm going to pick them all up. I stashed my pickaxe, and we're going to come down here, and we are going to drop these over here, and we are going to make some more axes because we are going to need some. All right. So we're going to pick up a rock, put it here. We need a couple sticks. Yep. We don't want the seed. We want the stick. Perfect. We'll make an axe. All right. So this is a crude axe. We might as well put this other stick. We'll make another axe. Okay. Now, do I want to go cut all these trees down? I don't really care. I don't mind doing it. But why the heck would I want to do that when I can go down here and make another bot? All right. So we're going to go grab us a log. We're going to put that here. We're going to grab a second log, and we're going to turn it into planks. Oop, wrong one. We're going to turn that into planks. And we already have... no, we don't have a plank. I put it up on this. That sucks. I wish I hadn't done that now, but it's fine. We'll put these two in here. We're going to go ahead and grab another log. We have a pole there, so we're good on poles. And we're going to need one tree seed after this. So that's not horrible. We're just going to take one of these planks. I don't need them both. I'm going to take my pickaxe, put it on the ground for now. So I can store one of those planks, grab the log, or sorry, the pole. We're going to do that. And all we need now is one tree seed, and we have another robot. And now we're going to program said robot. But before we do that, I'm going to show you one extra step that I like to do here. We need 4 planks and 4 poles. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then I will see you in a second. Okay, I got my planks and my poles done, so we're going to grab 4. We're going to put them in the first one. We're going to grab our 4 poles because we need all 4 of those. This is going to create our first crate. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead over here. We're going to grab these 2 axes. We're going to put one. Actually, we're going to grab... I can't grab... Oh, I can't because my hands are full. I could have stored it, I guess. We're going to put that there. So for now, what we're going to do is this. We're going to grab our axe. We are going to blow the whistle and get this bot's attention. Oh, sorry. Before I can do that, I have to go over here and charge up my bot. He can't hear me because he's not on right at the moment. Now he's on. Now we can pick him. And we are going to record. We're going to hit the record button. But before we do, I want to do one other thing. I want to go over here to this robot here. Oh, I don't want to do that. I just want to blow the whistle. I want to see where my square is here. Do you guys see my square? It's basically going to end right here. All right, the corner of my square for this area is right there. And I want to make sure that this robot matches this. All right. So when I do this, I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to use my axe, and I'm going to chop down a tree. Oh, shoot. I didn't hit the record button, so he didn't see that. So we're going to try that again. All right, and that's going to open up. It's going to put find nearest tree in that area. I'm going to click on that area, and I want to make sure it matches up with the other area, which is this. Okay. Which looks good right there. Move to target and use held item. Okay, it's looking for the tree. Go to the tree, use item. It's that simple. All right. How often do we want to do this? Well, we want to do this until our hands are empty. Why? Well, in your hand, you have the axe. Okay. When your axe breaks, well, you don't want to keep doing this because you need a new axe. You understand what I'm saying? Then you want to go over here. We're going to go over here right quick. We're just going to stop it for now because I don't want him to record this part. Over here, we're going to put this axe in here. Okay, so there's 2 axes in there. We're going to hit record. Then we're going to go over here. We're going to grab another axe. Move to crude axe storage. Take from crude axe storage. Okay. And then we want to do that forever. No, we don't. Because he'll just take axe after axe after axe till he can't hold anymore, and then he'll be in an error. There will be an error. You want to do that until your hands are full. Okay, once you have something in your hand, Well, you want to skip this repeat and you want to go to the next section, which is cutting the trees down. All right. And then at this point, we can go ahead and do this forever if you want. Okay. Or again, you can put it so that he will stop when the log storage is full. And that is what I would suggest you do, but not yet, because not just the log storage is full, but you want to, like, because you have other things that you have to fill as well, and right now they're not doing that. So, well, I guess we'll set it up like that just so you guys can see. So we want this to be full and we want that to happen forever. Hit the play button. Okay, but before you do, if you right click on the robot, you give him the axe. So right now, his hands are full. I just gave him an axe, okay? And you can see that on him. I just can't remember where you see it. Right here. Up in the top right, you'll see that he has an axe in his hand, okay? And he has one slot, an upgrade slot free. So you could put one upgrade on him, like a bigger brain or faster movement or whatever you want to put, that's where you would put it, okay? Then we're going to go ahead and hit the play button. He's going to skip the first section because his hands are full. And now he's going to go look for a tree and he's going to chop her down. When his axe breaks, finally, in like after 10 trees or whatever, he's going to come grab another axe. So you have to make sure that you have another axe there, right? Just makes sense to me. So what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab another log. So I'm going to use these logs. I don't want to bother them guys over there. I'm going to grab another log. I'm going to bring this up here. Oh, he's walking through the water, slowing him down here. Even more. We need another plank or two, so we'll go ahead and grab another log. And again, it's totally up to you what order do you want to do this in. You might want to make a tree planter so that these guys are non-stop cutting trees. Meaning you need a guy to dig holes and you need a guy to plant seeds. All right? So that's totally up to you again. So we want 3 more planks. And we need some poles now. We don't have enough. We don't have any poles. So we're going to go ahead and make some poles. Perfect. And I just heard a ting. Okay, as you work on quests, you'll hear different sound effects. You guys probably can't hear it very well because I have my volume turned down so you can hear me. But I know the sound, and as you complete parts of your quest, see that little star with the +1? It means that was part of one of my quests to do that, which is going to unlock something else. Okay, we're going to make some poles. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make them all. All of the poles. And we will use them all for more robots. I'm just going to take all 4. I'm going to put them down here by the robot machine and just stash them there. And we just need a seed. Some things will disappear over time because there used to be a lot more tree seeds here, right? But they're gone. And so we're going to go ahead and build us another robot. Perfect. Let's charge him up. There we go. He's ready to go. Now, what we want to do with this guy is a few things. So before I teach you that, though, I have to do a couple extra things, okay? There's a whole bunch of stuff that you have to do. It just depends on what order you want to do it in, okay? And for now, I think it's going to be important to have guys making shovels, pickaxes, and axes. And if you don't do this part, you're going to have to do them. Somebody got to do it, all right? It's either going to be you or the robots, and it's totally up to you when you want that to happen. You can make it so that you're doing these at the start of the game, and then you can make the robots dig the holes and plant the seeds, right? You understand what I mean? But you only need so many trees to get things set up, and right now I think we have a pretty good handle on it. Like, look how many logs I have stored there. I got tons of wood, okay? Now, my robot ran out of energy. Okay, I saw that he was getting low. And when they get low, they'll slow right down for like 10 seconds before they die. So now that we're going to do this, we're going to get planks and poles for this. That's what I want to do next. There are no more logs cut down here. And those guys there have been doing their job good. There's some honey here. We're going to grab that because we don't want it to disappear. If you pick something up and drop it, it won't disappear. But if you just leave it on the ground, that it fell off the tree or whatever, there's a chance that it will disappear. So I'm just putting the beehive up there because you will want to use that later on. Okay, so now we have tons of logs to use. I'm not gonna go down there and friggin' carry logs halfway across the world. I'll let the robot do that while I'm using the logs he's bringing me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna make a crap ton of these planks. So the tree cutter is completely done. There's nothing more for him to chop. Okay, we want 4 planks. We're gonna fill up. Doesn't matter which one you do first. They both gotta get done. We still need some more planks, but we'll get one of these done for now. We're gonna put our seeds in that one. Okay. So now you'll see there's a picture of the seed on top of it, so you know that's what's there. We need to make 4 more planks. And then I'm going to show you something cool. So right now my robots are doing jack shit. Okay, well, I don't want them to do jack shit. I want them to keep working. So we're going to hit our button. We're going to pick this guy first. We're going to stop and we're going to hit record. We're going to move this to here. And I want to make sure that I can figure out where it is exactly. So let's say it is right up to this plant right here. Let's put that there. We're going to hit play. Okay. Then we are going to go ahead and grab this guy. Oh, sorry. Hit the space bar again. We're going to stop him. Hit record. We're going to also do the same thing. We're going to bring that up to there. And now, those 2 robots are now going to do the same exact thing to this area and clear all those trees, okay? Yes, I said there was going to be an apple tree or 2 that you might cut and lose, whatever. It's not a big deal. There's apple trees all over the place. You'll find more later and you'll be able to plant them, all right? So now we're going to continue. We need the 4 planks. I just wanted to show you guys that how easy it is to reprogram them to work in a different area if that's what you need to do to keep going, to get them to keep being busy. All right, so now we have that done. In this one here, we need a stick. Oh, shoot. And you know what? This is not going to be tree seeds. The tree seeds are going to be in this one over here. What's going to be in this one is the stone. That's what I meant to put here. Now that it's empty, I can replace it with the stone. Okay, my robot just died, so we're going to recharge him. Make sure he keeps going. All right. Now, I need some stones. Okay, it's going to be very important that I keep the stones rolling in. So again, it's priority. What do you need first? Do you need axes? Do you need a guy making axes? Do you need a guy making pickaxes? Do you need stones? Do you need sticks? What do you need, right? And that's where it's going to be up to you to try and manage your robots and try and figure it out so that you do what you need to do when you need to do it, to keep everything balanced and keep everything going smooth. Because there's going to be times when you have like no trees because your robots are chopping them all down because you have too much of an overload on your production line, and you have to make 2 or 3 of these production lines in different forests and different areas, or else it's going to kick your ass, all right? Because there's so much stuff to build in this game, and there's farms to make, and there's, it's unbelievable how big this game is, and it's fun as heck, like super fun. All right, I'm just waiting for this robot to die. Okay, I saw he was slowing down there. And then we are going to go ahead and we're going to finish off this right here. Because I think I'm going to get a guy on mining stone up there. Then I'm going to get another guy on making pickaxes. Because I feel like if I don't do that now, it's going to catch me and I'm going to be in trouble later. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to make 4 logs worth of planks. A1. Now, what do you guys think is going to be in that one? It's going to be the pickaxes. Now, we are going to have to... Oh, no, it's not. Because we need more stone. So before we can even continue, we have to get 4 stone. I got 4 stone. I'm coming back. I'm going to make 2 axes and 2 pickaxes. So we need some sticks. I'm not going to use the ones in my thing over there yet because I need to keep them in there for now. Okay, we're going to make 2 pickaxes and 2 axes. The reason why I'm doing both is because I'm going to have another guy doing stones here in a second. But the guy with the axe cutting down trees, he probably doesn't even have an axe. Oh, he does. He's just out of trees again, which is great. Great news for us. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that axe in there. And we're going to put the pickaxe in there. The one that was used too. So they will use it, and it is going to still be damaged when they go to use it. But it doesn't matter. When that one breaks, they'll just come back and get another one. Right? And that's how the game works. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this axe in here. So that means if this guy runs out again, we're good. Now, is this full? It basically is full. Sometimes it'll stop at 24 instead of right max. Sometimes it'll keep going. All right. So just to make sure that it's not, we're going to go ahead and we are going to do this. And we're going to move it over here. We're going to put it lined up with the edge of the grass right here. That looks good. And hit the play button. Same with you. Just like that. Hit the play button. And there, we're good to go now. So they're reading this as full, even though it's not perfectly full. Sometimes it'll do this. It will constantly just skip now because it is full, and that's great. Now, if I go over there and take out a log, what's going to happen? Buddy keeps moving, right? Now it's no longer full to them, so they're going to start doing their job. But since there's no logs down here for that one to pick up, he's just going to sit there for a second. Okay, perfect. A1. So next, we are going to focus on, we need 2 robots, okay? So we're going to go ahead and make 2. We only have 1 made right at the moment. And what's this guy called? Oh, that guy's about to die. Let's go ahead and figure out, this guy here is the lumberjack. Okay, we're going to call him Tree Cutter. That's his name forever. And we're going to, this guy's about to die. I'm just waiting. 3 of these for the next robot. 1 pole. We need a log. Better than moving all the way down there with the logs. Robots do not slow down when they're carrying logs like you do. So it's definitely better for them to do it than you. Okay. Another robot. So now we are going to do this. We're going to charge him up. And this is the plan. With one of them. We'll do this one. This guy's going to be Stone Miner. Okay. He is going to, first off, we're going to go over here. We're going to pick up one of these. Until your hands are full. Okay. Once your hands are full, you can stop doing that. Which is what you want. Then you're going to go up here and you're going to click on the ground. Now you'll notice the square appeared, and this, you don't have to have it so darn big because it just has to make sure that you're over top of the stone, which could be into this rock pile over here. So just make sure it's big enough. That's all. Then hit this and the check mark. Sorry. Then at this point, you're going to do that till your hands are empty, because when your thing breaks, you want to go get another one. We're going to do this forever. And I'm just going to leave it as forever. Why? Well, because when these are all full, when this whole entire area is full of stones, he will just automatically stop. So he will not continue forever, which is what you want. And then when one person picks up a stone, he'll continue until it's full again, right? So we're going to do that. Okay, hold on. I'm going to stop him, though. My bad. Okay, I'm going to stop him right quick. I'm going to hand him this pickaxe, because he was just going to walk all the way back and get a pickaxe because he didn't have one in his hand. I forgot to give him the one that I had. So now we're going to push play, and now he will think about it for a second, and he's going to backtrack, and he's going to start mining again. Okay? Now, he's doing that forever. The only thing is, he's far away from my base. So when he runs out of juice, like this guy just did, and I'm not watching him, he's going to do nothing until I charge him up again. So it's important that you stay on top of that. Right? So we're going to get down here. We're going to charge this dude up. That's why without power, this game is way easier. If you didn't have to watch their energy bars, it's a joke how much easier it is. But I mean, it's still fun. It's just you don't have to worry about the energy. Okay? So now we're going to take this bot right here. This guy's going to be stone collector. Okay? And what this guy's going to do is he's going to come up here. He's going to grab a stone in this area, which we are going to set once I get up there. Go up, pick up a rock. We're going to grab this. We're going to move it into place. Make sure that it's set properly. We'll say here. I would say that looks pretty good. And we'll do that. You'll pick up a stone in there until your hands are full. So he should have 4 slots, I believe. 3 slots. So when he has 3 pieces of stone, he's full. And when that happens, he's going to come all the way down here. And he's going to drop them off. Okay. Drop them off in here. And he's going to do that until his hands are empty. Okay. Then he's going to do that forever or until this is full. And that's what I'm going to set this one as. Forever. Hit the play button and away we go. Now we have a robot mining rocks forever, basically, as long as he doesn't run out of energy. We have a robot running back and forth, picking up 3 rocks, bringing them back, storing them here, back, forth, forever until they run out of juice. All right, so now you can see a little bit of the automation, right? That's completely automated right now. The only thing that sucks about that is the distance and the fact that I'm going to have to run over there every now and then and charge them, okay? So next, we need a bot on sticks. So what we want this bot to be focused on, okay, we're going to charge him up first, I guess. This guy's going to be called, and you should name your bots everything, so you know who's doing what, okay? If you don't know, if it's just MK00056, whatever, how are you going to know what they're doing, all right? How are you going to know which bot to pick? So if you name them and you're organized, you're going to have a way easier time. So this guy's going to be called Stick Collector. Pretty simple. He's going to go over here in this area that these guys are working in down here. And we're going to move it over because there's a bunch of sticks. Oh, shit. Sorry. So to completely delete, you just right-click on a line because I did it twice and I don't want it twice. Shit. I didn't want him to dig a hole either, but he did. It's minor. So because you use your stick. You can use your stick to dig holes. You can use your stick to dig up plants, to get berries from bushes. Like, sticks are used for multiple things. I guess I should have explained that. So pick up target. So this is all you wanted him to do. Move there, find a stick, and pick it up. All right. We want him to do that until hands are full. Then we want to go over here and we want him to drop it off in this crate. We want him to do that until hands are empty. And we want him to do that until that building is full, or that crate is full, forever. And you can hit the play button and he is done. Don't have to deal with him anymore. Okay, he's going to start filling up that until there's no more sticks in this area left. All right, so now that we have all of that going, we have a good supply of stones. We have 8 already. The sticks are not going to take long at all to fill up. I mean, there's still a bunch over here, and to be honest, I'm not going to move him over in a minute to do this, so I'm just going to go pick up a bunch just to help him on his way, just to keep the storage thing going here. That should give us a good 12, okay? Now we're going to make another robot, okay? So we're going to need a bunch more we're going to need a bunch more robots. It's just okay. So I see up there we have a guy that's done. All right. So I'm not going to go deal with him yet. I'm going to show you why. So that's 2 more robots. Okay. And one of these we're going to go ahead. Oh, first off, we're going to charge him up. So we're just charging one up, and there's a reason for that. We're going to pick this guy here. This guy's going to be a healer. Okay, that's just what I'm going to call him. Healer. Why do you say that? Well, because I want him to look for dead robots. Bots that are discharged in an area. Okay? I want you to move to the target and recharge it. I want you to do that forever, but you see this little white box, okay? You're going to click that, meaning if there is no bot in this area at the moment, when you go through this code, skip to the next code, and then I'm going to have this copied. Oh shit. Sorry. I'm going to have this copied. Can't remember how to copy it. There's a way probably, but I can't remember how to do it. So we're going to go up here, and this is why I left both bots. So we're going to go up here now. We're going to go all the way up here. And we are going to recharge that bot. And that also is going to repeat forever. So now we have 2 repeats. So now this robot is going to check both those squares for robots that need to be healed, all right, to be recharged. Again, you want to do this. He has 4 kilobytes for free right now, meaning I couldn't do more than 2 anyway, because you have to put a forever loop in there or else he'll just stop moving after he goes through them 1 time each. So you want him to continuously be moving. But I don't want those squares to be just anywhere. You understand? We want them to be in specific locations. I don't want it over here in the ocean. There's no robots over here in the ocean. And I don't want them all to be up here, right? Or I'm going to need these 2 up here, but I don't want the squares to overlap because he's just doing his job twice. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to take the top goal has to go up 2 times. Okay, so we're going to use that right like that, because you'll notice he's coming back down to unload. Understood? That guy's going to get a pickaxe actually. So, but this guy here is going to go down and drop off, so he can run out of energy anywhere in between here and there. All I can cover is 2 little squares. So that's why you need multiple healers. Okay, so this we're going to move up, and this should cover everybody here, including the guy digging. All right. And we're going to go ahead and hit this, and we're going to hit the play button. And now this guy is going to constantly recharge any robots in those 2 squares. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with this robot. The problem is I don't have 2 more robots to train him with. Okay. So later on, when you upgrade to better robots, I'm going to keep these old robots, because you're going to replace them. Trust me, you're going to want to replace them as soon as you can, because they're so slow compared to the next tier. Once you do, I keep, I don't know, 10 robots, and all they do is walk back and forth between 2 points. They die, and then I use them to train my healers. All right, so they have a place to go recharge robots, and it's super easy, all right, to do it that way. Now, also, you can, again, copy the code. I just don't remember exactly how to do it. Let me see if I can figure it out right quick. So I figured out how to copy the code. All right, so this is how it works. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make a healer. I don't know if you can copy it from one bot to the next. I think you need a disk for that, but I'm going to try it. I'm hoping it works. Control a V. Yeah, it doesn't work like that, but I do know how to do it. So all I need really is 1 robot. So we're going to go charge this guy up. So I have this guy called Healer as well, but you can name him Healer 1, Healer 2, and as long as you remember which quadrant they're in, right? So discharged in, we're going to do this forever with the thing. If you hold the control button down and just left click, you'll notice that now it's copied. Then you can push Control C, all right? Control C copies it and like brings it up. Then you can do that forever. The only thing is, make sure that you change these 2 lines, okay? So right at the moment, I don't remember where the other X stops. So one's roughly here, let's say, and one's roughly here. So let's go with here. And we'll move the other one, because you want to try and cover as much area as you can. We're going to cover one here. And that's going to be pretty darn close. Okay. If you find that there's a gap, well, you can fix it later. So now I have 2 healer bots that are doing their job, I'm hoping. Okay. And one of them's going to be healer 1. The other one's going to be healer 2, but it doesn't really matter. This is just basically showing you guys how to play the game. All right. So now that we've done that, Well, we got healers going, we got stones going, we have stick collectors going. My goodness, we are smiling, all right? The only thing that now we really have to focus on is getting a automated forest, okay? And we need a tool maker, couple tool makers, and that's what we are going to do next. So we are going to fix up this crate first. So we need some planks. We're going to go ahead and fix this crate up. Oh, we just got the mining quest done, okay? And it's going to give me a suit and a hat, and that's it. Nothing really all that important, right? It's not going to really help me advance. It's just decorations, basically, okay? Sometimes you're going to get decorations. Sometimes you're going to get something important. Now you'll see my stones are full. Boom. So that's awesome. So now this robot's done working until I go grab a stone. He's good. This one will just work until all that area is filled with stone. When it is, he'll stop working. Okay, which is really, really good at this point. Now you know you're kind of caught up. So we're just going to continue doing this just for a few minutes. There's probably no more trees for them to cut down below. So again, if you want to follow quests, you go ahead and do that. All right. I'm doing this because I already know how to play the game. I don't need the quests anymore until I need to unlock the specific blueprints I'm looking for. I don't do them. I do what I need to do to get self-sufficient quick. Okay. Now that I have this, that is going to be specifically for tree seeds. Okay. And you do need this because if they all disappear, then you're going to be in trouble. All right. So you want to make sure that you have this full of tree seeds as quickly as you possibly can. I just don't need to focus on it right away. I usually focus on it like third, fourth, something like that. Okay, I see a guy dead up here, but the healer was there to revive him. See? Bam. Don't have to mess with it. Done. These guys are all doing nothing. So we're going to fix that problem right now. Okay? We're going to go ahead and we're going to make a digger and a planter. Right now. That's what I've been thinking would be the next idea. Just to get that going so that we can be a lot more self-sufficient. 3 robots. That should give us a good start. Oh, so we made 10 robots. Okay, that's going to give us something I think that we want. So it gives us wheels and gears. And those are going to be used for better robots later. And some of those cool items you can make for speed boosts and extra storage and blah, 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 blah. So it's definitely a good thing to get done quick. All right, so we have 3 robots now. Okay, before I continue, I want to, and I'm not going to use the ones inside there. I'm going to go collect myself some sticks to keep those there because I don't have anybody collecting sticks yet. I'm going to do this myself since I already put those in there. I want to keep them there as long as I can. I need shovels because I'm going to need some. Some stones, so it's going to make my robot go grab a couple more. I'm just going to make 3 for now. You'll notice I'll pick up 2 of the item because the next I can always add the first item of the next thing I'm creating. Right? So now I have 3 shovels. Okay. We're going to store. Oh, I don't have a place for it yet. Later on, I'm going to have set up where I decide to make my base, which could be pretty close to here. I was looking around earlier. It looks like a really good spot to start a base right in this middle area. It's got plenty of room. So I'm going to have set up basically what would I call that? Like a construction area for robots. And I'll have a bunch of these blueprinted pallets and crates. I'll have like 20 of them just in an area, and the robots will automatically go put the logs and the planks and the poles and whatever else to build them for you, so that there'll be a bunch of empties up here just waiting for you to use them. All right, that's what it's a little trick that I figured out, and it works really, really good. That way there, later on when I need some storage, I'll just go up here. Oh, there's 5. I'll just grab all 5 of them and use them because they're already made, waiting for me to use them. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put some shovels in here. Oh, we're going to need some more pickaxes by the looks of that. But we're good for now. We'll get the diggers going first before we make some more shovels. Okay, so this is good. So now we are going to go ahead. We're going to grab one of these robots. Oh, shoot. I got to wind them all up first, I guess. And we're going to call this guy Tree Hole Digger. Okay, we're going to record. We're going to go up. We're going to grab a shovel until our hands are full. We're going to go down here. Let's do it relatively close. There's no point in being way the hell down here when we don't have to be. We're going to dig a hole. Let's go right here. Okay, it's going to probably dig that stump, which we don't want actually. So we're just going to dig that stump out first, and I'll have to redo that code. Hold on. Okay, it's gone. Actually, I think it will dig the stump out. Shoot. So really, that wasn't a bad idea. It's the same no matter what. Okay. So now I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, we're going to dig another hole here, and I'm going to show you something interesting. Trees do not get planted, etc., next to each other. They never used to anyway, because it just causes too much clumping and it just doesn't work. Okay, so you usually put them one apart from one another. So if you click on this, okay, and I want this tree farm to roughly be here, let's say, but well, we might as well cover that hole I just built now. Okay, now if I go down here, see this full down here? So you're going to click on that little thing down there. You're going to click alternating, and you'll notice that there's a bunch of white squares, okay, and a bunch of brown. So basically, every time you see a white square, he's going to dig a hole in that area. Those three trees, they're lined up perfectly. There's going to be stumps in the brown, which you're going to want to get rid of, otherwise it looks hard. But all the white areas now, every second one, are going to have a tree in it. And this is how you're going to design your base if you want it to not have clumps of robots all stuck together. And it's not efficient. When all your robots are all stuck together like that, it's not going to be as efficient as if you have them spread out and they can move amongst the trees easier, etc., etc. Same for you. If you're walking in the trees, it's going to slow you down. If you have space to walk in between the trees, it's going to speed you up a tiny bit. All right. So now that I've done that, we're going to hit this button. We're going to hit play. I gave him the shovel, and he's going to now start digging out those white holes. See? And there's a hole there that I have to get rid of. I will actually do that right quick, and I'll see you guys in a moment. I'm going to get rid of some of these stumps as well. I don't like seeing them. I got rid of a bunch of them. I'm not going to keep going right now. I'll work on it in a little bit. I want to get rid of this shovel that has more durability. I'll put that away. I noticed the guy with the pickaxe, the miner, is out. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to make him. We're going to go grab more sticks out here. I'm not going to use the ones in there yet also. Grab him some more sticks, and we're going to make some more pickaxes to replenish that. Okay, and then I'm going to get the guy planting tree seeds. Now that the guy digging the holes for the tree seeds is caught up, he's doing pretty good. Like, he's got a bunch of holes dug. Otherwise, the other guy's just going to lag behind him and wait. And it's going to happen anyway, but I don't want to have to do that yet. I want him to catch up a little bit. We're going to grab 4 rocks. We're going to make 4 pickaxes. Two sticks. 1 to make this pickaxe, and 1 to start the next one. 2 rocks. 1 to finish this pickaxe. 1 to start the next. Done. Grab 2 of these, put them away. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button. I'm saying, why the heck is that working? Okay, so put this there. That guy's got a pickaxe now. He's going to go back to work. Perfect. That takes care of that problem. Now we're going to program another one of these robots. This one here is going to be called Tree Planter. We're going to record. You're going to go over to this storage place with the seeds. You're going to grab a seed until your hands are full. And then you're going to go over here and you're going to find a hole to plant it in. Okay, where do we want him to do that? Well, we want him, and again, you can change the pattern to alternating, so you know that you're doing it correctly. And that looks pretty good right there. I think that's going to match up with the other one. You're going to hit that. You want that to happen until your hands are empty, my friends. And you want that to happen forever. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the play button. He's going to start doing that. This guy needs to be charged up. We're going to charge him up right away here. Get him to continue digging. Now there's only one problem. I only have 8 seeds. So what's going to happen when I run out of seeds? Well, I think you guys already know the answer to that. So we're going to solve that problem right now. We are going to go ahead, first off, we're going to take the tree cutter. We're going to place this along with here. Okay, he's going to cut all the trees that they are now planting in that area. And we're going to just hit the play button. He's going to work his, now as their trees grow up, there's 3 adults. He's going to go in there, he's going to chop them down. Then we're going to go ahead and grab this guy. This guy's going to grab the logs for us as they fall down. There's only one problem with this. The logs can fall outside of the square, even if they're cut in the square. And then when that happens, you're not going to get them, so I have to go along later and help them out a little bit. But once you get that upgrade for your range so that the square can be a tiny bit bigger, you can just make it so that it's 1 square bigger than this square, and it will pick up all those logs as well. They can only fall 1 square outside. That's the limit, all right? So it's not too horrible. We're going to go ahead and hit play. There's only one thing that we're missing, my friends. There's actually 2 things that we're missing. We need a guy to pick up seeds, okay? So this guy right here, well, he's going to be the seed picker. And he is going to go in this area. He's going to pick up seeds until his hands are full. And then he's going to go drop them off here in the storage place until his hands are empty. And that's going to happen forever, my friends. The only thing is you want to make sure that this lines up again with that, because seeds can also fall on the outside. See how that log fell there? The seeds are falling. Like, you have to make sure that you check on that every now and then, but it's fine. It's going to work for a while. Then that guy's just going to do that. So now we have a guy picking up seeds, loading up this. We have a guy picking up the seeds from the storage, planting them in the ground that a guy with a shovel is digging holes for, a guy cutting trees, a guy picking up logs. The only thing that we're missing at this point is actually, there's a couple things we're missing. We need a bigger range so that all those log pickers and seed pickers actually can pick up the stuff in that range, okay, to make sure that it doesn't fall outside the square like it will do. So watch this tree. It's going to probably fall outside of the square when it falls. Watch. And when it does, see, it did. So now, while I say it did, maybe that's still in the square. I really don't know. But odds are that fell outside the square, and nothing's going to be able to pick it up because it's outside of the square. So if you make the square a little bit bigger, it will grab it. All right? So, and the other thing that we are requiring is a guy to make us seeds and sticks. Because you'll notice there's just a few seeds falling, a few sticks falling, and you're going to clean them up eventually, and then there'll be none left. That's how it works. So you'll get a wooden mallet soon here, like real soon. I'm going to unlock it quick. And when you do, you're going to be able to go pound on trees that are not cut down. And when you pound on those trees, it's going to drop seeds and sticks every time you pound them. And it doesn't knock down the tree, so the tree will actually survive. And you're just going to do that over and over and over and over. And what's going to happen is you'll just continuously make seeds and continuously make sticks, and you'll never run out that way. All right? So that's all you need, and you'll have a completely automated forestry system. All right? So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So now, another problem we're going to have, though, is there's a lot of robots dying. So we're going to need a robot to do that right quick. I'm going to get rid of, I'm going to go ahead. So our sticks and our stones are both full, which is awesome. We're going to go ahead and make an axe. And I'm going to chop down that apple tree because it is right in the smack dab middle of my production. I don't want it there anymore. Snip that down. We're going to grab the apple it drops and move it because we can use it to replant another apple tree later. There. So we will grab the apple. There's 2 apples, actually. That's even better. So we'll go ahead and we're just going to drop them off over here just to get them out of the way. Then we'll get that axe and put that where it belongs because we don't need it anymore. We'll clean up the forest later. It doesn't really matter right now. It's still working just fine. So, as you can see, it's coming along. We got tons of logs. The robots are all working really, really hard. So what we're going to need now, guys, is we need guys working on our logs, our planks, and our poles to basically solidify our automation process, okay, for making robots, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish off these 3 storages right here. We're not going to worry about the 4th one just yet. It's going to make us a robot. Okay, we have another guy down. So sooner rather than later, we're going to need a healer for our forest area because it's getting to be a bit of a pain in the ass. We'll go turn this guy on. And we're going to actually use this guy first as a healer. Why not? Because we're going to need to deal with it sooner rather than later. We're going to call him Healer Forest. Okay? So we'll know where he's at. We're going to put him on. He's going to go here. He's going to charge this guy up forever with the little box clicked. We're going to copy this code. We're going to put that forever. And that should be fine. But the only thing we have to do is make sure this is covering our forest A. So it's going to go up to there. And then we might as well, for the other box, there's no point in doubling them up. Well, they're going to have to go get axes sooner or later. So we're going to just move this over to about here. So it's covering up the axe location. Actually, we'll move it over just a hair. So we're going to go ahead and push play. That's going to get this bot doing this. That finishes off a quest. See, trees chopped, soil dug, seeds planted. That's a lot, right? For you to do that on your own, that's going to take forever. With your robots doing it, takes no time at all. So this is going to unlock a lumberjack suit and a lumberjack hat. Absolutely not necessary to do either, right? To have either. They're just decorations. But it's just another thing done. Another slab on your tower, all right? Now that we have a guy recharging our bots, okay? It's good to have a second healer, by the way, and I'm just gonna talk about it. I'm not actually gonna do it right now. A healer to go heal up your healer, because eventually those guys are gonna run out of energy, and there's not a second robot in the area to turn them on. So the only things you have to worry about right now is just recharging them once in a while, because otherwise they just stand still and they don't use energy while they're waiting for somebody to be discharged, okay? So it's not horrible. It actually works up pretty good. So I'm going to give this guy with the seeds a little bit of a hand right quick, because he's waiting here and the other guy's slacking. I can tell. I don't know why he's slacking. Why the hell isn't that guy finding seeds? Hold on. Why is the seed picker... Do I not have it? I must be off. I think I may be off with my square. I think I have to move it up one. I do. That's why. I'm sitting here thinking, why is he not picking up all those seeds that I can see? It's because he was off by one. Alright, so we're going to move him. There. Perfect. That gets him working again. Okay, we're going to need more robots. We're going to program this guy. This guy's going to be called our plank maker. Alright? And we are going to record. He's going to go up to this log storage 1. Take a log from there. Then he is going to go down to here and drop it off at the chopping block 1. Okay. Then, oops, sorry, my bad. Then he's going to go here. He's going to grab one of these. And this is the little bit of a pain that's going to happen once in a while. You're going to have to move all these out of the repeat because you don't care about this part. You do care about this part. This is the part where you want it to repeat a little bit. So forever, you want him to find nearest plank in this machine only. All right? And you're going to do this until your hands are full. Okay? But if there's only 2 planks that drop, you want him to grab those planks, both of them, and go store them right away. You do not want him to wait for a 3rd plank. Why? Because then he won't get another log because his hands are full of planks, and it's an error. All right, so what you want to do is you want to click this little box again, meaning when he picks up 2 planks, that's going to be good enough for him. And then he's going to go over here and he's going to drop off said planks. But I don't have enough. Shoot, I guess I got to finish that off so it actually works. So just give me a second. I'm going to finish off this storage. And then we're going to restart the recording. Okay, but we need another plank now. Because I don't have one in my hand to drop off. Again, it's all part of the plan. You have to think ahead like this. Okay? So we're going to grab one of these planks. Then we're going to hit record. So now we're going to record again. Now you're going to go drop off this plank in this storage. And you're going to do this. If you hold control down, you can drag over everything you want to move. Okay? I'm just going to try that again because I went too far. Right to here. Then you can actually pick... let go of the control, and you can drag all of this outside of that repeat. Okay? You want to go over there and add the plank to storage until your hands are empty. And now you only have 1 kilobyte free. So every one of those kilobytes means 1 line of code. Now you only have 1 thing you can do, and that's the forever loop. You just have enough energy to do all of that, or enough memory to do all of that. As you get better bots, you'll have 30 kilobytes. So you'll be able to do way more and different intricate things, right? So for now, this is going to be fine. We're going to hit this, and now that robot forever, and I'm just going to grab these to get him out of his way, just because he only has so many hands, right? Or so many storage spots. He's going to grab a log. He's going to chop it up into 2 planks. He's going to go grab the 2 planks. Then he's going to store them in their storage, where they go. Bam, repeat, rinse. Rinse, repeat, done. Okay, now we're going to build the next one. We have to get that ready. So we need 3 planks. We need 2 poles. Grab these 2 puppies. Put those in there. We're going to need another bot. So now you see, I don't have to do as much work anymore. They're doing the, they're making the planks and the poles for me. All I have to do is other things, all right? And trust me when I say, you're not going to ever not be busy. There's going to be farms to make and places to do, and it's crazy what you can do in this game, man. It's super fun. Okay, that guy's good now, and you'll see the healer went over to wind him up, but I didn't need him to. We need this guy here. This guy is going to be the pole. Okay, he is going to go over here. He's going to grab one of these out of the storage. He's going to do that just once. You don't have to do it more than once. Going to go here. Going to put it down here in the chopping block. And then he's going to grab said pole. We're going to, again, put a repeat block. Okay? And this time I'm going to hold the control down just to here. We're going to move all that stuff outside until your hands are full. Then you're going to go up here and you're going to drop that off. And again, we're going to put a repeat. We're going to hold control just to the repeat button. Drag that all up there. Repeat it forever. Hit play. And there you go. That easy. Your guy is making poles. And I'll grab these 2 just to, again, not to confuse him because they're going to be extra that he might not be able to carry. Alright? Alright, so that's going to take care of my logs, my planks, and my poles. Automated 100%. The only big issue we're going to have now, A, we ran out of axes. Okay? B, we ran out of shovels. So there's no more holes being dug. There's no more trees being cut. So basically we're maxed out right now. Whatever you see that's down is going to completely fold your industry. All right, so you have to make sure you stay on top of that stuff, right? Now, the guy up here is done mining, so that's good. So this is no longer taking pickaxes, luckily for us. But we now need to focus on, we need 3 bots. Okay, we need 3 bots to make these tools. So that's what I'm going to do next. We're going to take 3 poles. How come you're just standing there, man? What are you doing? Hold on. Something's wrong here in the code. Find nearest pole. Oh, I know why. So again, if you do not click this, he'll keep looking for poles inside of that area. You understand? So now, because I stopped the code, it's going to start over from scratch. Meaning it's going to try and go grab another plank. Well, it can't. Why? Because it has poles in its hands. So you have to hit this hand button to make him drop those 2 poles. He'll drop them right on the ground where he's standing. Then you can hit the play button and reset him. Okay? Now I'm going to grab these poles that are on the ground because I don't want them to mess them up. Okay? We're going to go down. We're going to make some new robots. There. Now it's time to program these. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and start with this guy. He's going to be the axe maker because we need somebody cutting down trees. Maker. What you're going to do is you're going to go over here. You're going to grab a rock. We are going to drag it and put it back here. We're going to go pick up a stick. We're going to drag it and put it here. You're going to do that until this axe thing is free. You're going to do that forever. It still leaves you 2 kilobytes, so actually that might actually be a much better idea. Later on, though, when you need to pick up 4 stones and 2 things, you will have to figure out how to do that. All right, there is ways to do it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play that now and make sure he's working properly. I want to make a few other tools here because I'm kind of slacking. There, the axe guy is doing his job and it worked. He made an axe. So now we're good to go. Now I'm going to just put a shovel just to keep that guy going. Perfect. We need to keep things moving along, right? Okay, so we have an axe maker. Next, well, we need a shovel maker. So we're going to go ahead. This guy's going to go over here. He's going to grab a rock. Going to do that. Grab a stick. Put that there. He's going to do that until the shovel storage is full. And he's going to do that forever. Okay, bye. You can go do that now. Now we need more bots, though. Look how many axes I have stashed. Okay, it doesn't take long for these robots to get ahead of you. So you have to be careful for that because they'll go way up into the sky. They'll start lagging out your game. So you have to be on top of that, all right? You have to stop the robots, pause them for a few minutes. So I'm just going to help out and get rid of the shovels because we're going to need them anyway. And we're just going to do some of these axes because they'll stop building axes once the axe place is filled, right? Yeah. But he's going to continue until his program ends. He's going to continue doing it. But he will not restart making more axes until the axe thing is empty. Now, again, you can put more crates on top of that and have like 30 axes. But the thing is, I'm not doing that yet. So he's just going to chill there until these axes are good. All right? Meaning, this guy here is going to actually go grab those axes. Should have just left them there. But now I need to worry about a robot to do. So we're going to pause this guy. We're going to go here and we're just going to hit the pause button. Okay? If you hit stop, he's going to start from the scratch again. He's going to go right to the top and he has something in his hand. So you do not want to stop it. You just want to pause it. And I'm going to create a robot. Okay, he's already got that guy. I'm going to create another robot to pick up the shovels before that gets too ridiculous. Then I'm going to create one for the pickaxes. So we're just going to go ahead and make 3 robots right away. There's something wrong with the pole guy. Why is he not doing it? Move to pole storage. Oh, and add to pole storage. Okay, I see where I made the mistake. So we got to shut this down. Hit the record until hands are empty. See, it's that easy to make a mistake. Okay, then I need to do this forever. Okay, and that should be fine. But I'm going to make sure hands were empty. So we can just hit the play button and he's going to continue on his way. So my poles weren't being made that entire time. So you should check to make sure that your code is right, because sometimes you're going to make errors like I did. So we're going to get him going first. So you are shovel storage. And you're going to record me picking up a shovel, bringing it over here, putting it away. You're going to do this forever. Okay. That easy. And you're going to record me. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do this. We'll get the guy on the pickaxe picking the storage guy first, so that doesn't happen. So they don't go sky high. All right. So you're going to be the pickaxe. Just put it all one word. Storage bot. You're gonna record me picking up this pickaxe, storing that in here. We're gonna do that forever. That's great. Then you, last but not least, you're gonna be the pickaxe maker. You are also going to, so you're gonna start using up your sticks, and you're gonna start using up your stones, but we're staying ahead of it right now, which is great. Once you get other tools being made using the same stuff, though, you're not going to stay up on it as much as you'd like to have. Okay, he's making it. Then we're going to do that until this is full. We're going to do that forever. Okay, let's go. Alright, so now we have guys doing all of that. The tools, look, my axes are full. So I should unpause the shovel maker now. Get him to continue. How many shovels do we have? So he can make one more shovel and then he's going to stop. Well, he might make one last shovel because it's not going to register that it's full till the robot picks it up and brings it there. So now, official planning tools. We made 10 of each. This is going to unlock what I'm hoping it unlocks. No, it didn't unlock it. I was hoping it was going to unlock the mallet. All right. So now we have a pretty good hold on our industry. Okay. It's pretty well automated, as you guys can see. Okay. Official planning lumber. We've did all of this. It's great. Is this going to unlock? Treetop, tree hat. Okay. That's just more decorations. We got a new slab. Okay. Now, I want to go and look and see what's going to unlock my next thing. So we've completed all of these. If you want to figure out how to unlock something, well, you go find it. So I'm clicking on my blueprints for my tools. I need my mallet sooner rather than later. So, in order to unlock it, it's telling me I need level 1 technology, tool technology done before I can use it. All right, and then I will just be able to make it on the crude workbench like the other tools, and I'll need a log and a pole to make my mallet. How it works, I'll show you guys actually. So this we can make one of these right now. So we're just going to go ahead and make it. It's just going to require a few things. We need a couple logs, so let's make this. Oh shit. Okay. So what's going on here? Our axes are not full. It keeps shutting down. Oh, let's get rid of this. There, that's why. Because I'm giving it a way out. And it's because it has something in its hand. We're going to have to drop it. And we're going to start over. There you go. That should work now. Yeah, I was giving it an early out, and that does not work. That's why he wasn't working properly. These guys should all be good, because they have been working fine. Yep, they're working good. And he will now, that problem should be solved. But he's not going to be able to put any more axes until these guys use up the axes, and they're all friggin' dead. So one of them, the healer is dead, is what I'm going to get. Yep, the healer bot in the forest is dead. So we have to recharge him. That healer still seems to be doing okay. Luckily for me. Alright, so I need 2 stones. I was just about to finish the science place when I noticed the axes. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to finish off this research station. And I'm going to show you guys all about it. Cool stuff, this research. Okay, scientific discovery. Yay! Alright, cool. So, all available research is summarized here. Click on an entry to see what you need to research. And then the related technology that's unlocked. Okay, well, we want that tool technology for the mallet. Okay, now in order to do this, we're going to unlock the blade, the mallet, and I think that's a fishing spear. Okay, it actually, you can hover over it when you click on it. So wooden mallet, crude blade, fishing spear, and the crude hand net. You unlock all 4 of those, and what's required is 1 stone. That's all you got to do is bring a stone here, drop it off, and you need 20 of these folk love. Well, they call it WOV in this game, all right? 20 of them. So that's what I want to research first, because I want that mallet. So I'm going to go grab a stone. Then you have to choose what you want to do. New tools. Okay, then you drop off the item. Now, I have to move this building because it's kind of in the way. So I'm going to move it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. You push the M key, or if you open up your blueprints and you go over here, there's a move button that you can click. Then you can click and drag the building. I just want to put it a little further away. The reason being is because we need to start making people now. We need an incubator, and we need a seed dispenser. You only need 1 seed dispenser, and you'll really only need 1 of these, because you're not going to make 100 dudes. You're going to make, 30, 40 by the end game, and at the start you're only going to need 1 or 2. I am going to go ahead and build this right now, and I will see you in a second. So now you're going to see they need 2 gears each. So this is where it gets a little more complicated. Alright, well, my axe guy is doing nothing. I don't need a million axes. He's good for a while. We're going to go over here. We're going to change this to the gear. Okay? And a gear requires 1 plank each. So we're going to go grab 4 planks because we need 4 gears. And we're just going to make them. One thing you're going to notice is you can only carry 2 gears at once. They're too heavy and too big. So you're going to have to bring 2. Come back and get the other 2 in a minute. Alright. So now, here's a pot of folk seeds so you can grow your own folk. Why, thank you, dog. So now, these seed dispensers, all you got to do is just go up to it. It's going to pop 1 out. All right? You're going to grab the seed. You're going to put it inside the incubator. Okay? Now, you have to add fruit. All right? So, in order to add fruit, well, you need sticks to gather fruit until you can get the hammer. All right? Or I believe it's something different for these. I can't remember actually what the heck you use now. There's a tool that you can get other than sticks to harvest this fruit. And I can't remember what it is now. I think it might be the crude blade maybe. I don't remember. But now that you've done that, it doesn't destroy the bush, right? So they'll keep regrowing these berries over and over. You need to fill that blue bar up that you just saw. Those berries disappeared. That sucks. Shit, there's birds sometimes that come eat them. I forgot to tell you guys about that. Sometimes there's going to be birds in the trees that you don't see. And they will actually eat your seeds and stuff that you'll have on the ground lying around. So be very careful. Because otherwise you have to travel to go find more. Okay, that was enough to fill up the bar. Woohoo, you brought new life into this world. Folk give you love if you feed them food. So we're going to go ahead. This shows you the pyramid. Okay? Maslow's hierarchy of needs, or whatever you want to call it, okay? You need food for them to be happy at the lowest level. Then you're going to have to keep adding stuff to make them happier and happier as they evolve, okay? And it ends way at the top. That's the end of the game. Takes forever. If you think that only takes a couple days, you're wrong. It's going to take you a week to get to that point, probably. Alright, so we have a baby. We're going to go ahead, pick him up, and we're going to put him down over here on the ground. We are going to go ahead, we're going to grab this stick and we're going to pound on this Apple tree? Oh no, it doesn't work that way. You need, darn. Okay, I was hoping that's all I'd have to do. We're gonna need more berries. I'm not gonna leave him here this time because if there's a bird around, he's coming to eat my stuff. I don't wanna allow that to happen again. Just drop that. I'm gonna grab the 2 berries. We're gonna feed our dude. Okay? The more, and there's a bar on him. See, it fills up blue. As the bar on the right where the heart is, that number 1 heart, when that fills up, he's going to pop out a heart worth 1. Okay? And the food meter is completely draining out at the same time. So this is where you're going to have to automate a farm of berry bushes off to the side here. You're going to have a robot beating the bushes, dropping the berries, another robot picking up the berries, feeding the guy. Then you're going to have a guy picking up the hearts, feeding the hearts to here. Alright? Once it gets to 20 folk love, well, you just researched your new technology. That's how it works. It's pretty friggin' slick. I think it's a friggin' blast from the past. But the harder the technology, the more points it requires, right? It's only 20 at the start. There's soon going to be 1,000. You're not going to do that one heart at a time. You're going to need to upgrade your people's love, and the only way to do that is to evolve them. So the next time you're going to need housing. Okay, once you give them a house, they'll start generating hearts that are worth 10 points each. All right, but you require to give them logs to make sure their houses are repaired. Then you're going to need to get, or it's logs or planks or something like that. And then you're going to need to also give them food. And the food is going to be better food. It's not just a berry. It's going to require like a berry pie. All right, like it gets harder and harder and harder every time you evolve them. They require more to keep them happier to produce the better points. Very friggin' cool system, just requires work. That's why it doesn't take a day to beat this game. It takes a week. But it's fun as heck. If you can get into it, you're gonna really enjoy this game. Okay, I'm gonna try and at least get the first technology done for you guys, just so you can see it. Alright? And then I will end this episode. And if you guys want to see more, oh boy, just leave me a comment and I'm in. I'm in to show you guys more. I think it's a blast from the past, this game. Throwback Thursdays. One thing about this game that I really enjoy is teaching other people how to code. Because that's where I work. I work at a school, if you guys did not know that. And I do coding club on Thursdays where I teach kids how to use Scratch. It's coding, all right, block coding, and you can make some really powerful games in Scratch. You may not believe that, but it's true, all right? And a good way to teach them how to block code is to teach them this game because kids love playing games, number one. So this is a game that just teaches them how to block code. It's not super complicated, and it's not very advanced either, but it gets them the basics. They understand logic by playing a game like this. They'll understand how to logically program, and that's what this teaches them. Okay? So, yeah, it's pretty cool for that. That's 9 out of 20, so we just need a few more bushes. Go finish off these guys again. I'm going to need a new stick here. This one's about to break. Okay, this is going to finish him off. I only need 4 more hearts. This is definitely plenty. I'm going to give him more than enough. There, I got my 4. I'm going to put those in. Then I'm going to show you how this technology thing works. There we go. Stone tools, done. And it unlocked all of those tools that I was talking to you guys about. You can click on it again and then get to the next one. Okay, so meaning you need 50 points, 100 points, 100 points, 150 points, 150 points. Okay, and this is going to unlock all of these technologies. This will give you a bucket, liquid, and particulate. All right, meaning you can make a bucket. You can use that bucket to collect liquid. All right, water. Mostly, you can collect milk with the bucket too later, or you can collect particulates, which would be sand, for instance. Okay, use the bucket, collect sand, put it in, and there's a storage unit that goes with it as well. Okay, a new type of storage unit for liquids or sand. All right, this is a blade, and this is going to be to make scythes later to do wheat and different things with the sides. Okay. This right here is going to be basic upgrades for the tree seed. Basic upgrades. I'm not 100% sure what that is yet, but I'm sure I could figure it out. Oh shoot, I didn't want to actually click on it. And this is to make your hut. You're going to need to put one log in here, collect 150 points, and you will be able to start making the huts for the evolution of your characters or your people to make them level 2. So this is going to allow you to make the tier 2 food with the berries, the mushrooms, the apples. Like there's a whole bunch of different things you can make food with, and it's going to require, at the start, you can do it with just berries. Okay, but once you start making tier 2 stuff, berries aren't going to cut it. You're going to need to upgrade and make a second farm, maybe of mushrooms. Okay, tier 3, you're going to need maybe an apple orchard or there's another type of fruit. I can't remember what it is now, but anyway, you're going to have to make sure that you have enough stuff to feed all of your people, and in order to do that, it's going to require more farms and different types of farms. Okay, so all part of the game. Very, very friggin' well thought up. I love it. We're going to unlock the hut next, okay? Actually, we're going to unlock the blade next, but I'm not going to do that right here in this episode, guys. You guys have seen enough, okay? I'm just showing that because it was flashing on my screen. I just wanted to get rid of it. I think I've showed you guys enough, the basics basically of how this works. My farm is stalled out, and I have a feeling it's because my tree planter is dead and he's out of range of my healer. See, so you're going to have to check every now and then and make sure everything is going smooth, because it will completely stall your production if you don't. Right? Just like it did. That one guy stalled the entire production team. Right? Meaning the guys with axes aren't being used, which is why my axes have not dropped down. And it's probably been sitting like that for 10 minutes while I explain to you guys how the people worked, right? And you can have more than one person. I could go here and spit out another seed, put it in there, put 5 foods in there. It's going to pop out a guy. And then, bam, we have 2 guys. And that's how you're going to do this. There's no point in having 10 guys sitting here. You can only feed 1 or 2 of them max. Even with a couple robots, it's going to be hard to keep up. So just spit out what you need to start out, get your technologies. Once it gets up to the higher tier, then you're going to have to start focusing on robots to do the automation for you, right? Again, it's very fun game. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button down below, it would help my channel to grow so I can show you guys more cool games. I got more. I got lots of these old games that are fun. If you're interested in them, I will show them to you. If you're interested in more of this, I will also show you that. Okay? So don't be afraid to leave me a comment and say, hey, Giant Man, you want to show us another episode of that? Sure. I might actually do it anyway because this game is super fun to play. Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a good day, guys.